everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I thought I would film a little bit of a vlog today, a little bit of an autumnal kind of vlog. So it's currently Monday morning, it's 9:30. I already did the daycare run and I have a day with a bit of admin work. I've already been checking like emails and stuff. But I'm also going to take the day partly off. I'm going to the hairdresser later to get this hair chopped. You might know that I've actually been trying to grow it long for 1.5 years, I want to say. And it has gotten quite long. Obviously, I'm not dyeing it at the moment because I am 7 months pregnant currently, so I'm not dyeing it, and I'm actually considering not dyeing it. I don't know, maybe next year if I get bored with it, I'll have like some light, like blonde highlights added again. But right now I'm actually really enjoying my natural color, but I'm gonna get it chopped today. I just don't feel like myself at all. I actually wrote a blog post recently about some of the most significant style lessons I've learned through almost 2 pregnancies now, and one of those was to not make any like major style changes right now because you're just so affected by hormones and you're not completely yourself at this stage, and you need to be gentle and kind to yourself. And like I wrote in that blog post, I decided with my daughter, with our first child, that it was a good time to get a fringe, which is completely different for me. And you might remember, I actually did like it to begin with. Oh, there's a piece of fluff flying in the air. But then after a while, it was like, you know what? I don't recognize myself. Everything was already kind of changing and just kind of adding to that. And then when I looked in the mirror, I had that fringe, and now looking back, I don't think it suited me very well. Like, I just love this. I'm pretty plain when it comes to my hair. And I like sticking to what works and what feels familiar. And it's like ever since I got my lob 10 years ago, it just feels like kind of my signature, if you will. Not just, you know, from the outside, but I actually feel mostly like myself when my hair is that shoulder length. So that's what we're going back to today. I just want to feel more like myself. I currently don't really feel a lot like myself, and I recognize this from my first time around I was pregnant, and I know it's going to be the same when the baby comes. There's going to be a time or like a while where everything is just like thrown up into the air. It's going to be chaotic. I'm not going to be feeling like myself, so it's nice to have like some little things that you can hold on to at least feel a little bit like yourself. Like I said, I'm just currently getting ready. I just need to apply a bit of mascara still, a bit of lip gloss. And I'll make sure to link any of the products that I've used down below as well, because I have some really good ones here that I've been enjoying a lot. I'm just gonna apply a bit of mascara. This is a brown mascara. Excuse the packaging, it is a little bit dirty, but I love it and I use it every day. It's from something called Idun or Iden. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's a Scandinavian brand, Iden Minerals. And I love this mascara because it is brown, which is my preferred color these days, and it dissolves at 38 degrees. So when I'm in the shower in the evening, I can kind of just gently rub off the mascara and it will kind of crumble off, and it's completely gone when I get out of the shower, which is just, yeah, really convenient. So I'm just gonna apply a bit of this. I'm so out of breath, but that is 3rd trimester of pregnancy for you. My lung capacity is not the best at the moment. I actually have a new one of these in like my backup stash at the moment, and I think I need to switch soon because it is starting to get a little bit dry, but this has actually lasted me very well. And it just kind of makes your lashes really like wispy and long, and I love it. It's a really good mascara. I can highly recommend that. And now I have a reminder I need to remember to call my optician to order new contact lenses. So I'm just gonna snooze that because I just put in my last pair of contacts this morning. So sorry, I could just hear Oscar. He was like walking around in the hallway here, and we closed both of the doors and he couldn't get out, so I just needed to let him out. I always find that concealers, like people often ask me when I do makeup sessions in my studio, when I have color analysis, people will often ask me like if I know any good concealers that doesn't crease. And honestly, I've tried so many, but they will always crease a little bit, especially since I love applying like moisturizer under my eyes. And it will just crease a little bit throughout the day. So my best tip is actually to just kind of like, obviously put a little bit of powder, maybe remove a little bit of the excess with a dry cotton bud, and otherwise do like a few touch-ups throughout the day. That works really well for me. Yeah, makeup is done, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a low bun today, tie it back. I might also change my sweater. This is actually navy blue, but it looks very, very dark on screen. I don't know, maybe I don't want to be bothered. But I'm going to insert some little snippets of some things that we've been up to in September, the month of September. By the time you're watching this, we will have approached October. But we have been doing some nice little things throughout September, and again, if you followed me for some time, you know that autumn is my favorite season, just for all things hygge and getting cozy, and yeah, I just love that kind of stuff. That just being able to like wear clothes. I know that I've been pregnant this summer, which definitely doesn't make things easier. Like being pregnant in summertime is just like sweaty and I don't like it. And now that it's gotten cooler and I'm actually able to wrap up in like cozy jumpers and put on clothes, I actually find it a lot more comfortable to wear clothes even when it's hot. I don't like wearing little strappy tops and stuff like that because I feel like it just gets so sticky, and at least when you're wearing clothes or like fabric on the skin, it can kind of soak up the moisture, if you will. So I'm just, yeah, I'm thriving right now. I love this season. I love this weather. Today's actually a really beautiful day. It's partly sunny, partly cloudy, chilly outside. And I just love that. That's my favorite kind of Oscar. Yeah, I'm gonna put in some few clips here of some of the things that we've been up to through the month of September. We quite enjoy having rather slow weekends and not planning too many things too far out into the future. And so lately we've really enjoyed doing more spontaneous things like eating out, going to flea markets and thrift stores, and just exploring our local area. We have this very cute pancake house quite close to where we live, which is also open during the summertime, but during autumn it's naturally even more cozy. Just the atmosphere there, and it's just pure hygge. And I had a dessert pancake with vanilla ice cream and then apple and cinnamon custard, which was so good, and it really gave all the autumn vibes. I love baking, and I'll often make homemade cinnamon rolls or cold raised buns for the weekends especially, but we do also enjoy picking up some freshly baked goods from some of the local bakeries in town, especially during the weekends when we have more time and we can really get a slow start to the day as a family. We do quite enjoy spending time at home, and we do spend a lot of time at home, and yeah, I'm just so thankful for the home that we've built together. We've been renovating for almost 5 years and we are not entirely done. I guess it's always like a process coming along, and I quite like it. You know, painting a wall here, painting a wall there, redecorating and stuff. I think it should be a slow process and something you should stretch over some time until you figure out what exactly it is you need from the home that you built together. We do also often have friends and family visiting, but lots of slow and cozy weekends spent together, just the three of us, or four if you count our four-legged little friend as well, because obviously we will soon have a brand new family member as well, which we're all super thankful for and very, very excited about. But yeah, we've really finished up some projects lately. The garden is more or less done. We've finished up a playroom in the house as well, and so now we have like smaller projects waiting. Only a few bigger ones on like the exterior of the house, which we'll probably do next year. But all in all, just really, really, you know, thankful and happy about how this house has turned out. Like I said, we do also like eating out on some of our favorite cafes, especially during weekends and especially breakfast, since we're quite early risers in this household. And sometimes we'll go a little further afield, just a little bit away from our own town, and explore some different shops than what we have here where we live. I especially love going, again, thrifting or on flea markets or just plant shopping, like shopping a few plants for the garden or the house. It's something I really, really love. I'm definitely entering my gardening era. I'm also still trying to exercise regularly. However, my body is also getting quite heavy and sore at this stage of pregnancy. Really in the home stretch now with pregnancy, so going really gentle with just some light weightlifting once a week, and then I just started swimming once a week as well, and it just feels great to get my body moving, even if it is a magnificently lower intensity than before. Alright, so back to current time. I'm just gonna quickly do my hair, and I'm gonna show you what I like to do, or what I have been doing a lot lately. That's just my straightening iron telling me it's ready. So because it's gotten so long, I haven't really been curled a lot. Like, this is just my natural hair. I went to go swimming yesterday. My body is quite heavy at this stage, and even more so than I remember from my first pregnancy. I feel like I'm struggling a bit more, like with my mobility, and just feeling so heavy this time around. I'm suffering from like pelvic girdle pain quite severely this time as well. So some days I can hardly go for like a walk with our dog, and other days it's fine. But swimming is so good. It was my first time to go swimming yesterday. It's kind of something I think I want to do every Sunday, at least for as long as it's possible for me. So my husband and our daughter, they attend this father-daughter gymnastics lesson on Sundays, which is in the same building as the swimming pool. So the plan of action is to, when they go into the gymnastics, the training there, I will go to the swimming pool and have a swim for an hour. And I did that yesterday, and it was really nice. Like, my body wasn't aching, and it just felt nice to get moving in a really gentle way. So yeah, and then what I wanted to say, I'm getting off on kind of a tangent there. My hair is just like naturally air dried after that yesterday. But I'm gonna tie it back into a bun because I just, yeah, at this stage it's just so long, and I don't think it looks good when I'm curling it. It just looks really heavy, and like, yeah, I'm just not feeling like myself with this long hair. I thought I wanted like a Matilda Djerf kind of, you know, bouncy, big, voluminous, layered kind of look, but it's just too high maintenance for me. Plus, like, if we're speaking personal style, I feel like the shorter hair really speaks into that like edgy style word that I really relate so much to, whereas like the big bouncy blow dry look is a lot more feminine in my opinion, and a lot more classic than I probably am. I feel like when I have the shoulder length hair, it adds sharpness to my looks, which I really like, but still in a way where, you know, because I always curl it, it's kind of like edgy but soft at the same time, and that's like the perfect combination for me. And then there's not really much to it. I just kind of brush it back. If it's really greasy, I'll apply a bit of like dry powder, like volume spray, which also makes it a little bit more gritty and helps to keep it in place. But it's all clean now, so I'm just gonna tie it back, and then I apply one elastic, and I use the ones from Blacks, which are snag-free elastics, like just clear elastics. So I tie it back in a ponytail, like a low ponytail first, and then what I like to do, because of my face shape and also because I have I wouldn't say large ears, but they're definitely a feature. What I like to do is just loosen a little bit, the hair a little bit, because I feel like it balances out with my face shape and my ears a lot better than if it's just like completely slick. And then also in the back, I kind of just place my fingers here and I loosen up the hair here a little bit to create a little bit more volume. And then I use a little mirror to just check and see if I'm satisfied with that. And then I twist the ponytail and I just go around like this. And then I try to catch any of the little like flyaways. And I might need to apply like one more elastic to keep it in place. I feel like it never turns out the same. This feels quite nice. Yeah, that actually turned out quite well. Oh, sorry, we're going completely dark. And then sometimes I like to take one more elastic just to keep it in place. Keep all those little flyaways in place. Obviously this is easier right now because my hair is longer, but this is the same thing that I would do with my shorter lock, like my shoulder length hair. The bun will just be a little bit smaller. And then I take a few bobby pins and I place them right behind my ears and kind of try to hide them a little bit, and then try to hide them a little bit because I do have these like front sections. Sometimes I like leaving them out, especially if they're a little bit like wavy. But today I just want to have my hair out of my face, and I'm just gonna pin them back behind my ears so it's nice and smooth. And then what I like to do is just take either a bit of hairspray or my slick stick to kind of slick down some of these like flyaways. Not too much because I feel like it can look a little bit too slicked, and I don't necessarily like that super slick look on me. Again, that's just like a face shape thing, I think. So I just do like a little bit like the flyaways here so they don't look so severe, and then the front bits here a little bit as well. I went to go get a facial last week, and I feel like my skin is looking like super glowy and healthy. Could be the pregnancy thing as well. I am suffering a little bit from dry skin and like redness around my mouth, which typically happens around this time of year when it starts getting more cold outside. My skin really gets like dry and irritated by the shift in the weather. I just wanted to quickly show you some of the skincare things I've been using recently. I've kind of gone back to the ordinary. I used this a lot during my first pregnancy and while I was on maternity leave with my daughter. And then I kind of got into Ren, which I still really love, but I find those products to be very heavily scented. And yeah, right now I'm just not into perfumes and fragrances and stuff, probably because of pregnancy. And generally I actually do prefer to use products that are not heavily scented. I'm okay with having a few, but generally I just don't want any like fragrances in my skincare or hair care if I can avoid it. But currently using The Ordinary, so I'm using hyaluronic acid, which is great for dry and dehydrated skin. So I use that morning and evening. I also use their plant-derived squalane, yeah, just for extra moisture. I use that after the serum there, the hyaluronic acid serum. Then sometimes I will apply a bit of this, especially around my mouth where I have those like red, like dry spots. This is azelaic acid. I don't know how you pronounce that. But I read somewhere that can kind of help combat, it's called something, that redness around the mouth, and I've forgotten the word. But I read somewhere that this can kind of help calm it down, and it definitely does. It appears less red when I apply this, but it's still like super dry. So keeping it moistured and hydrated is really important as well. So I only use this in the evening and then only on those red spots. Then I will finish with the moisturizer, natural moisturizing factors. And then during the day, I put on SPF. I use SPF every single day. This is from Kula and it's the unscented one, and I can highly recommend this one. Very light on the skin. Actually, I always call her my face lady. She's not my face lady because I'm not getting like things done. She just does a facial, like she's the one who does my facials, and we'll always just like exfoliate and extract like dead skin cells and like impurities and stuff out of the skin, and she recommends this, so dermatologist recommended, I guess, and I love it. And then I just wanted to show this product as well. This is the CC cream I've been using, I want to say for the past 6 months. I usually really like the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, but I wanted to try something else. And this is from Lumen. Very, very nice. It has sun protection factor 20 as well. And it just gives a really nice, natural, glowy look. And I find that it lasts really well throughout the day as well. So yeah, that's some of my favorites when it comes to skincare at the moment. Kind of trying to combat this really dry autumn skin. Time for my second breakfast. I've already had a morning smoothie, but that was a few hours ago. So now I'm gonna have my second breakfast before lunchtime. I'm so hungry at the moment. So I have myself a nectarine and then a piece of toasted bread from the local bakery with a bit of butter and some cheese, and then ice cold water. So I'm gonna enjoy that. I honestly love our living room so much. Like right here, this is like my favorite spot. I just love it so much. I just got back home from my little grocery run. I've currently got some water boiling in the kettle over there because I'm making some veggie broth. I'm gonna make soup for tonight, and I'm actually just gonna prepare it now because then it's ready and then we can just heat it up later. And I'm gonna make so that we have food or like dinner for both tonight and then tomorrow. I kind of like doing this, just making a large portion so that we have dinner for 2 nights in a row, and it saves us lots of time in the kitchen during the week, which is always really nice, so that we have more time in the afternoon to just chill and hang out and be together. So I am currently prepping a creamy kind of chorizo potato soup. This is the recipe, which I'll link down below. It's from a Danish website, but just in case some of you want to check it out, I'm going to link it down below. But we've got potato, we've got some veggie broth, we have onions, garlic, a bit of chorizo, some kale, and then I have some cream. And I also have a little bit of thyme left there that I'm gonna add to the whole thing. And yeah, really simple recipe. We've made this before and it's really good. I really love this time of year to make like warming, wholesome recipes like this. And yeah, just adds to the whole coziness. I'm gonna prep that now so it's ready for later. This is the soup so far. Looks really good, and now I'm just gonna let it sit here for about 15 minutes and then we can heat that up again later. And then we'll probably have some like toasted whole grain bread on the side, just the bread that I ate this morning, just because we already have that in the cupboard. So that's gonna be really nice dinner. I'm gonna drive off to the hairdresser now, and just quickly wanted to show you what I'm actually wearing today. It's a little bit dark out here. Maybe if I open this door, it will help just a little bit. But honestly, this coat has been such an amazing find. I bought this in a thrift store earlier this year, like a curated thrift store. It's originally from And Other Stories, and it's just kind of this really lovely quilted chocolate brown jacket, and it's turned out to be such a nice transitional piece. Especially now, it's really great for layering, and it's kind of water repellent as well. Obviously, it won't keep me dry for hours. I do have like proper raincoat and like rain pants for stuff like that, but it's a really nice transitional coat, and I've been wearing it a lot actually, both for when I'm going to work or going downtown, or even if I'm going to the playground with my girl. So a really, really good jacket. Got my secondhand Celine Sunnies on because it is quite sunny, like both cloudy and sunny outside today. Then I'm wearing my navy blue Organic Basics sweater that I've had for years. Jewelry is mainly from Monica Vinader, gifted through previous collaborations with them. Still one of my absolute favorite jewelry brands. Then I have my brown Michael Kors bag that I've had for a few years as well. And then a pair of straight leg maternity jeans from H&M. I've been living in these lately. Like if I'm not in leggings, these are all I wear. So if you need just one good pair that goes with everything, these are really, really good. And then I've got a pair of secondhand Billy B boots in chocolate brown, like a mock crack. Bought these some years ago as kind of like a practical, you know, trip to the playground, walks in the forest kind of boot, but I've been enjoying wearing them a lot lately. Kind of like the chunkiness of them, and they go really well with my brown coats. So I'm gonna jump on the cargo bike now and hope I won't blow away because it's really windy outside. And then I'm gonna go get my hair chopped. I am back from the hairdresser with my new do. She did just only like blow dry it with like a round brush, which I do like that look, but maybe not so much on me. I think it's just because I'm used to this wavy do. So I told her not to like style it too much, just dry it and not put any like hairspray and stuff in it. And then I kind of always like to just get home and kind of play around with it myself and try to style it up myself. And I just did a wavy do, which I would usually do when it's like loose like this. I am so obsessed with it. I'm really, really happy and very pleased that I'm back to this length. I feel so much more like myself. It feels very light and very refreshing to be back to this length. So it is, I have a stain on my t-shirt there. Nice, probably toothpaste. It is a little bit shorter probably than what I imagined it, but I think it's just because it's quite a big change from what it was before. Like it was quite long before. I've had it this short before multiple times, but obviously I won't be going to the hairdresser for, I don't know, a long time now. Probably not before the baby comes, and then sometime after that, if I can fit it in. So it's actually good that it's a little bit shorter, because then I can stretch the time before I have to go get it cut next time. The color that I have left is probably down to here now. And I think it still looks really natural. It's quite dark than what I usually have in like the summertime when I get like a hair color refresh, but I actually kind of like that for a change. I think for the winter season it's kind of nice to just follow along with the natural ways of the hair, and it tends to get a little bit darker during the winter season. So I'm gonna see how my hair color will kind of naturally evolve, I think, over the, obviously I'm not going to dye it for a really long time anyway. I won't have the time for a very long time, like after the baby comes either. So it's going to be nice to see what my natural hair color looks like. We had dinner, and I've just had a really lovely shower, and they're just watching a bit of cartoon in the bedroom actually, which is really cozy, just having a bit of fruit before bedtime. And I've done all of my skincare. This is what I said about being a little bit red and irritated around the mouth area, which, like I said earlier, something that happens every time the weather changes and it goes from being warm to being cold. Kind of messes up my skin a little bit, but it could also be a hormonal thing. I've just put my hair up in a little bit of a half up, half down bun, which I really love with this new length. But really, I just wanted to check in to sign off the vlog here. I really hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me. Just a little bit of I guess a bit of a life update, if you will. Lots of things going on at the moment, or not lots of things, but you know, a big chapter soon to be entered in our lives, which we're all so excited about. And just a little cozy autumnal vlog. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna love you and leave you here, and I wish you all a really lovely autumn, and I hope to see you very soon with another video.